Once upon a time, the Browns were the symbol of love without limits. 4 wives, 18 children, one dream. But behind every smile was a fracture, and behind every prayer, a secret. Now, years later, Kody admits, "I don't even know my kids anymore." And Robyn's breaking point? It's finally here. This is the truth behind their emotional collapse, the pain, the silence, and the fresh start that could either save or end the Brown family forever. Stay to the end. The final confession changes everything.
But she's really sad because she's
Part
definitely
1.
going to miss out on a lot of the years.
When Sister Wives first aired, the Browns promised viewers a story about love, unity, and faith. But as seasons passed, the dream of plural harmony shattered, leaving 4 separate worlds under one name. Robyn was always the one trying too hard, says a close friend. She wanted to be accepted by the older kids, but it never worked. Behind the smiles, resentment brewed. Kody's older children, Logan, Maddie, Garrison, Gabriel, felt the shift. Suddenly, their father was emotionally distant, and Robyn's children were front and center. But the real tension began the day Kody broke one promise he made to his kids. Equality. That word meant everything, but Robyn's entrance changed the balance. She brought a legal marriage, adoption papers, and new priorities. The older kids saw it as betrayal. Robyn got everything: the marriage license, the house, the attention. And the others? They just faded out. In private messages later revealed by insiders, Robyn expressed heartbreak, saying, "They never gave me a chance. They saw me as the reason their family fell apart." But what she wrote next would ignite one of the most emotional moments in Sister Wives history. During the pandemic, tensions escalated. Garrison and Gabriel openly rebelled against their father's strict house rules. Meanwhile, Robyn stayed silent, but privately, she wrote her truth. "I wish they knew how much I've prayed for them. I never wanted to replace their mother. I only wanted to be loved back." But the kids didn't believe it. They called it manipulation, another way to win sympathy from Kody. For viewers, the divide was painful to watch. Fans flooded social media, accusing Robyn of faking emotions for control. But the truth, as always, was more complicated. And then came the day she finally spoke, not to the cameras, but to the kids themselves. It was supposed to be a healing dinner. Instead, it became a breaking point. "Gabriel, you never tried to know us. You wanted Dad all to yourself." Robyn, teary, "That's not true. I tried, but you all hated me from the start." Janelle, firmly, "We just wanted our dad back." That night, words cut deeper than ever before. And in the following weeks, Robyn vanished from social gatherings, retreating into isolation. But isolation didn't mean silence, because secretly, Robyn began recording her own version of the story. Months later, producers discovered hours of unaired footage. In it, Robyn confessed something that changed everything. "I wanted to protect Kody's heart, not control it. The kids, they reminded him of everything he lost. And I became the villain who could never win. It wasn't hatred, it was guilt. Robyn's tears weren't for rejection, but for the realization that she could never fix what was already broken." By the time she understood it, Kody's other relationships were gone. The family was gone, and all that remained was Robyn and a house full of silence. But when fans saw that footage, the backlash was instant. The internet exploded. Half the fans felt vindicated, the other half heartbroken. Was Robyn a manipulator, or just a woman caught in a storm she couldn't escape? In the end, the truth about Robyn's feelings wasn't black or white. It was human, a mix of love, fear, and guilt, the emotions that tore apart America's most famous plural family. This was the story of Robyn's truth, exposed not by words, but by years of silence. Part 2. Once upon a time, they were America's unconventional dream, a plural family that promised love without limits. But years later, that dream looks like a house built on sand. When Christine walked away, the cracks deepened. When Janelle challenged him, they widened. And by the time Meri stepped back, only Robyn was left standing beside him. He lost the wives, but what broke him most, were the kids, says a family friend. They were his pride, and now, most won't even take his calls. So when Kody finally spoke out, the truth was darker and sadder than anyone expected. Kody, I don't know my kids anymore. It's like, they don't see me as their dad. They see me as the guy who broke the family. It was the first time viewers saw him stripped of pride, no bravado, no excuses, just regret. Garrison refused to visit. Gabriel broke down in tears after Kody forgot his birthday. The emotional wounds ran deeper than fans imagined. But just when it seemed like the distance couldn't grow further, Kody dropped a bombshell. Kody, what if we just move? Start over somewhere new where the past can't reach us. Robyn, you mean leave Flagstaff? A new home, a new town, a clean slate. Kody's plan, a fresh start, wasn't just about geography. It was about erasing ghosts. Robyn saw it as healing, but others saw it as running away. He's not fixing the family, one insider said. He's just relocating the guilt. And when Robyn tried to reach out to the kids, the response nearly broke her. Robyn, we're trying to make things right. Please, just come visit before we go. One by one, calls went unanswered. Texts left unread. The family that once filled Kody's world with noise had gone quiet. In that silence, Kody began confronting something he'd avoided for years, his own reflection. Kody, maybe I was too hard on them. Maybe I made it about control when it should have been about love. But what came next, the twist would leave fans rethinking everything they thought they knew about Kody Brown. During filming, Kody revealed a secret conversation producers never expected. Kody, I told Robyn, I don't want to chase them anymore. If they want me gone, maybe that's love too, letting them live without me. It was the confession that stunned both Robyn and the audience. Kody wasn't just grieving the loss of his family, he was surrendering to it. Robyn, you can't give up on your kids. You're their father. Kody, firmly, they don't want a father right now. They want peace. And as his voice broke, so did the illusion of the man who once claimed to have all the answers. The episode sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans were divided. Some called it accountability. Others, emotional manipulation. He's finally being real. Too little, too late. Robyn looks exhausted. She didn't sign up for this kind of loneliness. In the weeks that followed, Kody stayed silent online. Robyn kept to herself, and the dream of a fresh start began to feel like another chapter in a story of loss. In the end, Kody's home may be new, but the distance inside remains, because the hardest journey is not the miles between houses, but the silence between hearts. Do you believe Kody and Robyn can ever rebuild the family? Share your thoughts below. Your voice matters in this story. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. When Sister Wives began in 2010, Kody Brown wasn't just a father, he was a movement, a man defying norms, preaching unity through plural love. But fame came with pressure. Legal challenges in Utah forced the Browns to relocate to Las Vegas, then Flagstaff, each move taking an invisible toll on family trust. By 2011, the Browns were under investigation for bigamy laws. In 2013, Utah decriminalized cohabitation, a victory that should have united them. Instead, the move to Flagstaff in 2018 marked the beginning of emotional separation. That's when Kody became obsessed with control, recalls a family friend. Robyn was his only confidant. The others felt abandoned. And the children, once the center of his world, started disappearing from his life, one by one. "You ignored us, Dad. We were here, you just didn't call." The pandemic didn't just isolate the Browns physically. It tore open every hidden wound. Kody's strict COVID rules alienated most of his adult children, especially Gabriel and Garrison. In one of the most heartbreaking scenes, Gabriel breaks down, recalling how his father forgot his birthday. The internet erupted. Reddit threads flooded with thousands of comments like, "I've never cried this hard for a reality show before." That moment destroyed me. You can't rebuild from that kind of pain. But behind closed doors, Robyn was crumbling, too accused by viewers of being Kody's shield when all she wanted was peace. Robyn sang in a confessional, "I just wanted to be part of the family. I never wanted to replace anyone. I prayed they'd see my heart. I just wanted to love them like my own." These words, written during the height of the family feud, were never meant for television. But in TLC's 2025 special, Robyn admitted she'd been journaling for years, documenting every rejection, every tear. "It hurts to be the villain," Robyn confessed, "but I'll carry that cross if it means protecting Kody's heart." Kody, let's start over. Maybe a new home, new town, no ghosts. They called it their fresh start. A chance to heal by leaving Flagstaff behind, though critics saw it differently. Running away won't fix broken trust. He's leaving memories, not mending them. But what Robyn didn't expect was who would refuse to follow. Janelle's boys' communication. Logan and Maddie quietly distanced themselves. Even McKelty, once close to Robyn, began questioning loyalties. For Robyn, the rejection wasn't just personal. It was generational. The kids she once prayed to blend with her own now saw her as a stranger. Robyn, they hate me, and I don't even know what I did wrong. Fans flooded social media again. Some blamed Robyn's tears as manipulation. Others defended her, saying she was caught in the storm of Kody's pride. And that storm was about to explode when Kody finally admitted something no one expected. "Kody, I've been holding on too tight. Maybe they need to live without me for a while. Maybe that's love too." In a raw, unedited confession aired during Sister Wives 1-on-1, 2025, Kody admitted he's stopped calling most of his kids. The patriarch who once built a plural family around love was now surrendering to loneliness. TLC insiders confirmed Kody and Robyn have been house hunting in southern Utah, exploring smaller communities for privacy and spiritual reset. Robyn: "You can't give up on them. They're your children." Kody: "They don't want a father right now. They want peace." It wasn't a statement of defeat. It was a man's confession that love without trust cannot hold. This is the end of Kody Brown. Finally, accountability. Too little, too late. The internet divided overnight. Half saw redemption, a man learning humility. The other half saw manipulation, a cycle repeating itself again. Psychologists commenting on ET Online noted the Browns' dynamic mirrors trauma cycles in blended families, where unresolved guilt leads to generational silence. As the sun rises over Flagstaff, the Brown story enters its quietest chapter yet. No grand reunion, no clear villains, just two people clinging to hope in the ruins of a dream. Maybe the real truth isn't about who destroyed the family, but who still believes it can be rebuilt. Before the distance, before the tears, there was laughter. In those early sister wives years, Kody Brown was more than a husband. He was a whirlwind of joy. 2011 clips show him loading the RV for family trips, joking with Christine, hugging little Truly, high-fiving Gabriel and Garrison after school. Back then, love seemed endless. Fans saw four wives united in faith, raising children together under one roof. But as fame grew, cracks formed. The cameras caught smiles, but missed the sleepless nights, the quiet resentments, and the pressure of perfection. In early interviews, Kody proudly said, "My kids will always come first." Yet over time, that promise collided with exhaustion, travel, and ambition. The man once chasing laughter began chasing order. And in that shift, the father faded. It was the perfect family until the cameras stopped rolling. When the latest episode aired, the internet exploded, not just with opinions, but theories. Robyn's protecting him because she's scared of losing everything. Kody isn't cruel, he's broken. This isn't polygamy anymore, it's isolation. Some viewers call Robyn the mastermind, others the scapegoat. On TikTok, hashtags like #TeamChristine and #TeamRobyn racked up millions of views. One viral comment read, "Maybe the family didn't fall apart because of Robyn. Maybe it fell apart because it was never built to last." But hidden beneath every fan war was one question no one could answer. Could Kody ever earn his children's forgiveness? To understand this emotional collapse, we spoke with family therapists who study high-control dynamics in blended homes. When one parent becomes the emotional center and the rest orbit around them, resentment builds fast. It's called attachment imbalance. The kids begin to associate pain with one parent and safety with another. For Kody, his need for loyalty blurred into control. For Robyn, protecting him meant becoming the lightning rod. And for the children, silence became survival. It wasn't just a TV breakup, it was a textbook case of generational grief. Today, the Browns live separate lives. Christine is remarried and glowing, posting family dinners with her new husband, surrounded by laughter. Janelle has embraced independence, focusing on fitness and her grandkids. Meri quietly rebuilt her business empire miles away from the chaos. And somewhere in southern Utah, Kody and Robyn are starting over smaller house, fewer cameras, quieter days, but the echoes of what was still linger. Maybe healing doesn't mean reunion. Maybe it means remembering and finally forgiving. Do you believe Kody and Robyn can ever truly heal? Comment your thoughts. Your voice shapes the next chapter. If this deep dive moved you, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell because our next documentary uncovers what Christine really said off camera about Kody's downfall. Coming next Sunday.